Magna's historic Main Street hit hard by today's 5.7 magnitude earthquake.
Everything in our lives is this restaurant, and it's just like getting kicked in the face when we're down.
How the people who live and work there are handling the aftermath.
Today's earthquake was a grim reminder about the nature of the place we all call home.
6.5 or bigger somewhere along the Wasatch.
The science behind today's temblor and Utah's seismic future.
When you see something that sounds incredible, take that with a grain of salt.
And an email sent from an unlikely source causes panic for many Utahns.
There are rumors going around that a larger earthquake is coming. These are simply not true.
Tonight, we look at the social media spread of dangerous rumors. Utahns are on edge tonight after an earthquake shook areas of northern Utah hard this morning. What you're seeing here are videos from all around the Salt Lake Valley. The 5.7 magnitude quake hit just after 7 o'clock this morning, right near Magna at 7:09 to be exact. There have been dozens of aftershocks since, and there could be more over the next couple of weeks. You may have felt an aftershock about 30 minutes ago. The Utah Geological Survey tells us it was a magnitude 2.08.
We have live team coverage tonight. John Franke is looking at the science of today's quake. But we start with Lauren Steinbrecher with the significant damage on Magna's Main Street. Lauren.
Yeah, Bob and Kelly, just a disappointing day for a lot of businesses here. You can see some of these buildings did not make it out too well in this earthquake. The Magna Main Street is still shut down tonight, and it's hard to say how long it's going to take to get everything back up and running. A violent jolt to the system can get the heart racing.
I was freaking out.
The house was shaking. The dogs were barking really loud.
And it started shaking. Power went out immediately.
The quake sent some people rushing toward Magna, closest to the epicenter.
My first thought is get down here and see what's going on with the buildings down here.
They found the heart of the community, Magna's historic Main Street, broken.
Just generally kind of in awe walking around.
Brick and debris crumbled to the ground, windows and glass shattered. Cracks crept across building walls. Unified Fire says they evacuated more than a dozen buildings in the 6-block section.
This has deemed them to be unsafe for humans to be near right now. We have a big concern with that and any aftershocks and what could continue to deteriorate.
And the aftershocks continued well into the afternoon. Businesses like Nona's Pizzeria could do nothing but wait for Mother Earth's pulse to die down.
Everything in our lives is this restaurant, and it's just like getting kicked in the face when we're down.
They already closed because of COVID-19. This is yet another crisis.
It was emotional, because we don't know if we have the means to come back.
By Wednesday evening, county building assessors tagged each doorway. Green is good to go. Red means it's not safe. Nona's Pizzeria is green. The building is not damaged. Other places not so lucky. But for a tight-knit town, business owners feel the love.
People in Magna's, we know each other, we take care of each other.
Straight from the community's heart.
At least a dozen phone calls asking if we were okay, asking what, make sure we were all right, and said, yeah, we're okay. That's the best thing. That's the best news of it, I mean, this is just material stuff.
Yeah, absolutely right, especially because UFA says some people live in apartments in some of these buildings, so really a good thing that nobody was hurt in this. We're trying to figure out now how long Main Street might be closed. What exactly is the cost of this damage? Right now, questions that nobody can really answer quite tonight, though Mayor Jenny Wilson came out here earlier to tour the area. She did say that the damage here is recoverable. Live in Magna, Lauren Steinbrecher, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Now look at this video. It comes from Fox 13 News viewer Greg Sanders. You can see the camera shaking. Then if you look at the very top of your screen, you will see several bright lights. Those are transformers exploding around the Salt Lake Valley. Today's tremor serves as an important reminder to all Utahns. We live in earthquake country. Fox 13's John Franke joins us with a look at why Utah could see an even larger quake. And John, we're not indicating that could be anytime soon. It could be several hundreds of years away even.
Yeah, that's very true, Kelly. And this story really is very much a science lesson. You know, we live in one of the most beautiful parts of the country, if not the world. But so much of that beauty around us was created by earthquakes. The Wasatch Mountains are a Utah icon.
And there is a tremendous amount of what we would call potential energy.
These mountains have evolved over millions of years thanks to all that energy released during earthquakes.
Every time you have a big, like a magnitude 7 earthquake, the mountains go up a little bit higher.
The mountains should be a constant reminder.
If you wait millions of years, those meters add up, and you end up with the Wasatch.
That the potential is there for a serious earthquake to hit our state.
There's about a 50% probability in the next 50 years that there's going to be a magnitude 6.5 or bigger somewhere along the Wasatch.
Keith Coper is the director of the seismograph stations at the University of Utah. Researchers have found that those big quakes don't hit here often.
So believe it or not, we have this geologic evidence for about 20 earthquakes, magnitude 7 or bigger, that happened in the Holocene, which is the last 10,000 years.
That's about 1 every 500 years. Enough of a threat we all need to recognize.
6.5 or bigger somewhere along the Wasatch.
Wednesday's magnitude 5.7 did not deliver nearly as much of a punch as a 6.5 or higher.
There would be way more damage from a 6.5 than the 5.7.
So this quake can be a lesson.
Utah has real legitimate seismic hazard.
A lesson to not let our guard down and be ready.
So it's the kind of earthquake that we like because it draws attention to this idea of being prepared.
It's the price we pay to live in the shadows of the majestic Wasatch.
You know, you don't want to worry people and obsess on this kind of thing, but it is a hazard that's out there.
And by the way, today's 5.7 was not large enough to add a meter or two to the Wasatch, but it was enough to cause dozens of aftershocks, and those most likely will continue in the days and weeks ahead. Reporting live in Salt Lake City, John Franke, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Good science lesson there, John. Thank you. The Wasatch Fault stretches 240 miles from north of Malad down south of Nephi. Now, the sections between Brigham City and Levan are the most active. On average, there is a large quake somewhere along the Wasatch Fault every 300 years. The last major quake to hit the Salt Lake City section of the fault was 1,300 years ago. The Weber and Provo segments had a large quake about 600 years ago. Now, the Nephi section of the Wasatch Fault had the last major quake about 200 years ago.
If another earthquake happens, the U.S. Geological Survey says if you're indoors, stay there. Take cover under a table or move to a hallway or inside wall. Stay away from windows, fireplaces, heavy furniture and appliances. And don't go outside while the building is shaking. If you are outside already, get as far away as you can from things that could fall on you. If you're driving, carefully move over on the road and get off the road. Do not stop on or under bridges or overpasses. Stay in your car until the shaking stops, and once you start driving again, be aware of road damage.
Stay with Fox 13 News for continuing coverage on this morning's 5.7 magnitude earthquake. We will have more on damage caused by the quake, also more incredible video to show you coming up.
Now on to COVID-19. Tonight we have learned that Utah Congressman Ben McAdams has tested positive for coronavirus. McAdams says he returned home from Washington, D.C. on Saturday with cold-like symptoms. After seeing a doctor Sunday, McAdams immediately isolated himself at home. He says his symptoms got worse, and so yesterday he got tested for COVID-19.
One moment I feel great, the next minute, a few hours later, it could be awful again. So, I don't know how long it'll be. They've told me and my family now that, I isolated to my home, but my family has been in the home with me. And so my wife and our 4 kids are homebound, strictly homebound for a minimum of 2 weeks.
McAdams says until he knows it's safe to end his quarantine, he will work from home in his effort to get Utahns the resources they need during this pandemic.
Speedy recovery there for Congressman McAdams. Kristen, out of curiosity, where were you this morning? I'm assuming home when the quake struck?
Yeah, I was fast asleep in bed. In fact, I was like, oh, that's the wind. The weather change is coming. And then I thought, no, that's not the wind. That is way more than wind happening right now. But it's funny how it catches you off guard. You just kind of want to do over so you can do everything right instead of just staying in bed and looking around like a person who just is out of touch. Maybe next time I can learn my lesson from all the info you guys have been giving out on what to do. But we do have some weather changes to talk about. So let's go ahead and get to the maps right now. There is a low pressure system that's going to bring in unsettled weather through the rest of the night, tomorrow and Friday too. You can see the SAT-RAD there showing plenty of cloud cover and plenty of shower activity out there. In fact, we're seeing some showers now along the Wasatch Front. So zooming on in a little closer, you can see some showers from Utah County into Salt Lake County, mainly just some light to moderate rain coming down along the I-15 corridor, basically in Salt Lake, Davis counties, and then a little bit of snow happening in the mountains. As we move along the map, you can see down in southern Utah, we still have a few leftover showers, so that's starting to shrink in coverage. That won't be the case tomorrow. We are going to get another little round of energy moving through to get showers going there. And in eastern Utah, we continue to have showers developing out towards the central portions of the state where we had thunderstorms earlier today, out towards the Moab and Arches area. We continue to see showers develop there in the higher terrain. We're looking at snow coming down. You can see a little bit more rain happening there. And then, of course, as you move over into the Uintas, up towards northeastern portions of the state, we're also seeing some snow there as well, too. So this system's just really getting cranked up. We're going to see more changes moving in. In fact, a chance for snow potentially for portions of the Wasatch Front. I'll have more on that. And when we could see more nice weather moving back in my full forecast in a few minutes.
Coming up on Fox 13 News at 9.
As COVID-19 cases rise in Utah, health officials in some counties release guidelines to keep their residents safe.
This morning's 5.7 magnitude earthquake hit some areas especially hard.
It threw me up, kind of up in the air, and my wife grabbed me and screamed.
We hear from people in West Valley City who won't be sleeping in their own beds tonight.
And after the earthquake, it was anticipated there would be aftershocks. But one rumor going around caused a bit of chatter online.
When you see something that sounds incredible, take that with a grain of salt. See if you can verify that before you just go ahead and share.
We separate fact from fiction.
We're glad you're sharing your Saturday.
Watch Amy Nay and Brett Bolton Saturday and Sunday mornings on Good Day Utah, Weekend Edition.
For over 50 years, we've been more than just experts at transmissions. We're also experts at brakes, tune-ups, check engine light inspections, and more. We provide free towing to any of our 10 locations across the Wasatch Front. Right now, receive 50% off our Safeguard transmission service, as well as $250 off a transmission rebuild. And as always, we're here to help with our no credit needed financing. There's no need to wait. Let us help you with all your car's needs today. Simply stop by or make an appointment online at amcoutah.com.
Sizzler Steak, your choice of side and mini shrimp is back for only $9.99. For only $1 more, you get all the golden mini shrimp your mouth can handle. $9.99, or pile on the shrimp for $1 more for a limited time only. So hurry in, Sizzler.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
The key to winning the battle against those tough summer weeds is applying IFA Step 1 pre-emergent fertilizer early in the spring.
Apply IFA Step 1 fertilizer with crabgrass and spurge preventer now. IFA Country Stores, helping to grow the things you love.
Stock flying off the grocery store shelves, cracking down on price gouging as the world searches for necessities.
Tomorrow at 2 on Fox 13. Live from Fox 13 Studios, this is Fox 13 News at 9.
The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Utah is now up to 64 today, including Congressman Ben McAdams. 54 of the patients are Utah residents, 10 are visitors. Summit County has the most with 28 total, followed by Salt Lake County with 24. Health officials in Davis, Morgan, and Weber counties are taking steps to reinforce the governor's actions this past week, all to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Today, the 3 health departments announced a restriction on mass gatherings of more than 10 people. This on top of dine-in service being prohibited nationwide and social distancing being strongly recommended still. Right now, 6 people tested positive for COVID-19 in Davis County and 4 people have the virus in Weber County. The guidelines will be put in place and in effect until at least April 1st. Fox 13 News wants you and your family to stay informed and safe. You can find other resources and stories about COVID-19 on our website, fox13now.com. You can also there find a live blog about COVID-19. You can get updates on cases using our COVID-19 tracker and find the latest stories by clicking on the coronavirus tab. If you still have more questions and concerns and you want to talk to a person about COVID-19, you can call the state hotline. It's a free call at 1-800-456-7707.
We are now 14 hours after the initial earthquake, and Fox 13 News viewers are still sending us video. Colton Squire just sent this in. It shows his apartment near the epicenter in Magna shaking during the 5.7 magnitude tremor. This morning's earthquake sent some Utahns to social media looking for more information there. That's when some came across a rumor that an even larger earthquake was imminent. Fox 13's Brian Schnee joins us now with the facts. Brian.
As if our first responders and elected officials don't already have enough on their plate right now trying to stop the spread of COVID-19 in the state of Utah, they had to spend a good part of the day shutting down rumors of an even bigger earthquake after the initial 5.7 magnitude quake shook the state this morning, producing damage like this.
After an earthquake, expect aftershocks. They will always happen after a main quake.
After Wednesday morning's 5.7 magnitude earthquake, it was anticipated that aftershocks could rock northern Utah shortly after. And they did, to a degree, but not to the 9.0 magnitude earthquake rumored from an email.
We do not anticipate another large earthquake, let alone a 9 point something.
Those same rumors circulated on social media.
There are rumors going around that a larger earthquake is coming. These are simply not true.
The rumors were spreading fast that the big one was next.
When you're hearing things, know that we are sharing information as we know it. We're being transparent with that information, and the rumors that are flying are nothing other than rumors.
When you see something that sounds incredible, take that with a grain of salt. See if you can verify that before you just go ahead and share.
And that's how the rumor mill started. The email shared without verifying. Because if they had verified it with the seismologists at the University of Utah, they would have learned otherwise.
The faults that are in Utah are simply not big enough to accommodate a magnitude 9.
Another rumor that sent people into a frenzy were that the fact that perhaps refineries were being shut down. That too, also not the case. So people rushing to gas stations just in case. If you want to find the facts, you can head to our website, fox13now.com, and you can find the live blog there with updates from credible sources throughout the day. Live in Salt Lake City, Brian Schnee, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Glad those were just rumors. Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Kristen Van Dyke forecasts the weather. But Kristen, there is no way to forecast an earthquake.
No, absolutely not. And so it caught me off guard in bed this morning, of course. What about you guys?
Absolutely, yes. Woke me up. At first, I thought it was wind and hail, Kristen.
Oh, it was just so scary, but we did get some wind. We might see some hail tomorrow, so you're not too far off. But yeah, no earthquakes in this forecast. But let's go ahead and get to what's happening out there right now. And you will see that we continue to see the clouds rolling in. So it is going to be quite gloomy around here for a while. And we're going to be dealing with some showers on and off for the next couple of days at least. So that's what we're dealing with right now. We do have shower activity down in southern Utah, east central portions of the state, as well. And you can also see some of those showers pushing into portions of the Wasatch Front. So just some rain at this point. We're not going to be anticipating any accumulating snow for the Wasatch Front, but occasionally, like tomorrow morning and potentially overnight tomorrow night, we might see the rain switch over to snow briefly. We do have winter weather advisories for places that will see accumulating snow, and that will be in the Wasatch Mountains south of I-80, over in the Uintas, our central and southern mountains. And we're talking maybe another 4 to 6 inches in some of these areas. That continues through the overnight tonight. We'll see another piece of energy coming through tomorrow that will bring in more snow showers during the day tomorrow. And then potentially, especially out east, we could see more snow added by early Friday as well. So future radar, this is how things are going to play out for the rest of the night. You can see showers rolling from south to north. We will have the chance for a little bit of snow for the Wasatch back tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind if you're going to be traveling there in Parley's Canyon. You may run into a little bit of snow early on. Best chances would be between about sunrise and 9 a.m. You can see the heaviest stuff is in far eastern Utah out towards the Colorado border, though. And then by late morning, you can also see some of that snow trying to expand out towards the Evanston area. So along that stretch of I-80, we might run into it. Down towards Beaver and to Cedar City, we also might see a little bit of snow to get things started tomorrow morning. And then we head into the afternoon and temperatures warm up. So it'd be too warm for any snow, but notice the oranges and reds that are showing up there along the Wasatch Front. So tomorrow afternoon, we could see some heavy showers, and don't be surprised if you see some hail in some of those showers tomorrow with the dynamics in place. And we could also see some of that down in Washington County as well. So unsettled weather for tomorrow. This is a look at the temperature right now. We're at 46 degrees. Temps will stay above freezing tonight. We will have temperatures tomorrow starting off likely in the upper 30s, and then we'll have that chance again for a mix of rain and snow. A heavier shower may briefly change to all snow in the morning, and then highs tomorrow only in the mid 40s. So it will be a chilly day. Snow totals, as I mentioned, we might grab another 4 to 6 inches in some of our mountains for a total of 6 inches, and some of the locally heavier spots we could see maybe up towards a foot there. So your forecast for tomorrow morning, upper 30s and low 40s, snow for the Wasatch back, developing out towards southwest Wyoming as well, and there's a chance for a rain-snow mix for the Wasatch Front. Into the afternoon, temperatures will top out in the middle 40s for many of us, so it will be a chilly day, and we will continue to see scattered showers. Your 7-day forecast for southern Utah, shower chances continue Friday, but the weekend is looking better. We're back to the low to mid 60s, and we should see nice weather going into early next week. Not a huge warm-up by any stretch, but we will see warmer conditions as it looks right now for the weekend. Northern Utah staying pretty unsettled and a little gloomy out there for the next couple of days, a rain-snow mix. This weekend, we will see increasing chances for sunshine, and we'll try to get those temperatures back into the upper 50s and low 60s as we go into the weekend. So not looking too bad for the weekend. It's just typical March-like weather out there.
All right, Kristen, thanks so much. There was concern near the Kennecott smelter after today's earthquake caused an acid leak. We'll have more on efforts to contain it.
And natural disasters like the one today can have a negative impact on our mental health. We're going to hear from a Utah psychologist about how to cope.
Oh, God! Oh, no. For all your car's big O no's, there's always a big O yes. Save up to $100 on sets of 4 select tires plus a $50 mail-in rebate on purchases of $500 or more on the Big O card.
Hi, I'm Matt Harpring. I know the importance of playing with winners. That's why I turned to the Murdoch Auto Team.
This March, score big at Murdoch Hyundai with 0% for 72 months on a new 2020 Elantra. You gotta come and see us at Murdoch Hyundai.
It's Toy Hauler Month at Paris RV, and we have over 170 ready for your next adventure. 4 awesome toy haulers with 4 attitudes, 4 styles, and 1 price. Choose the 2021 Attitude 2816 SAG, or the 2020 Sandstorm 286 GSLR, or the 2020 Powerlight 2800, or even the 2020 XLR Nitro 28 DK5. Your choice for only $46,995 or $389 a month, zero down.
It's Toy Hauler Month at Paris RV.
Toyota trucks are built to last. You work, you play, you practically live your whole life in them, and they still maintain their value. In fact, Tacoma is #1, Tundra #2, and 4Runner is #3 overall in KBB resale value. Toyota is the best KBB resale value brand, period. Right now, lease a tough, new 2019 Toyota Tacoma for just $269 per month. America's best-selling midsize pickup for the last 10 years. Find your Toyota at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
In one of history's most catastrophic events, day turned to night as fire and ash fell from the sky. But what nature destroyed, it also preserved. Discover Pompeii, the exhibition. Final weeks and closing soon at the Leonardo. Don't miss it.
Whether your car has small tires, big tires, tires that go fast, tires with extra grip, or tires that just get you from here to there, they can be an unexpected expense. Don't wait any longer. At Big O Tires, we have no credit needed financing available. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this Colorado for around $289 per month. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Weather Watch is brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Hazmat teams are dealing with a hydrochloric acid leak at the Kennecott Copper Smelter west of Magna. Authorities say no one was injured. The acid plume dissipated quickly today. Crews have been on scene in case there is another leak caused by aftershocks. Crews inside the Bingham Canyon mine itself were not injured today. Kennecott says there is no time frame for when the refinery will operate again because they want to be confident it's safe.
The emergency response to this morning's earthquake involved agencies from cities, counties, as well as the state. Fox 13's Ben Winslow looks at how it all came together.
I felt like 10 semi-trucks just hit the building because all of a sudden, anyway, it was kind of a terrifying moment.
This morning's 5.7 earthquake startled everyone in northern Utah.
I come out the door and I'm seeing rocks falling down from the top of the building. I'm thinking I need to get out of here.
The good news for us is there are no injuries that have been reported, no fatalities.
The governor, the mayors of Salt Lake City and Salt Lake County, and public safety officials are trying to reassure everyone. The earthquake hit in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic.
This is extremely bad timing because we already have the coronavirus issue that's going on right now, which is causing a lot of anxiety as it is, and certainly Mother Nature has no, I guess, reference point for additional challenge that we face here today. I would just like to say that the good news for all of us is we've been preparing for this for a long time.
The biggest damage was to Salt Lake City International Airport and a chemical plume at Kennecott. About 100 families have been displaced because of damage in Magna.
After a very challenging morning, the major incidents that we were managing and watching are currently under control.
Aftershocks will continue. Buildings are being examined for damage, and authorities say they believe the biggest quake has already happened.
The aftershocks, that's sort of what to expect. There should be hundreds, if not thousands, of magnitude 2s and 3s, but for the most part, they won't do any damage.
Salt Lake City's mayor says people should stay home.
Social distancing is still critically important, but social grace goes a long way in times like this. People are worried, people are afraid, and rightfully so. But please be kind, be generous, be forgiving. We all want the best, and we will get through this.
Infrastructure is intact. A state emergency management official tells me this is a designer earthquake. It wakes you up and makes you pay attention, but is not catastrophic. What it is a warning to be prepared for the next one. On the Hill, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Coming up after the break.
Many near the earthquake's epicenter have no home to be in tonight.
It felt like the ground actually dropped out from underneath me and it was a big boom.
The efforts being made to shelter those in need.
From old masonry buildings to iconic landmarks, the damage in downtown Salt Lake City.
Yeah, we should just leave, just in case something else happens.
And the people who don't feel safe in their homes tonight.
You just want to cry. It's a lot of hard work.
And how already overwhelmed stores are facing even more panic buying.